Hey everyone, Antonio Scatina here, Vice President of Business Development for Phase 3 Search. So this is the first of 5 segment videos from our recent live event, Best Practices for World-Class Culture. And in this video segment, we will hear from our 4 expert panelists as they define first of 4 pillars to world-class culture, which is mission. And you're going to hear our panelists describe how mission is your burning platform, which is the strategic direction your company takes, and how these are guideposts that you will be facing or looking for, as it were, as you move down this road that you're trying to travel. What you're also going to hear is how mission is related to company purpose and how it's important to rally around this mission and the purpose of what your company does and how it makes a difference in the world. And in some case, sometimes companies have a strong business purpose, but they haven't articulated or fully articulated what their purpose and mission really is. What you'll hear that one of the most significant ideas about mission is how people connect to it, because all companies differ in mission and especially how employees experience culture in their companies. And lastly, how mission is viewed from the standpoint of an ethos or spirit, meaning that it's one thing to say what you do, but how does the spirit of culture show up in the organization? And with the question that's being asked here is, how do you make this mission show up in the person or the employee's experience? So please join us and listen in as our experts begin to explore the definition of mission as part of our discussion on culture. And please, again, leave a comment in the comment section below. We'd love to hear your thoughts, and we hope you very much enjoy this segment. Thank you.
Go from there. Who wants to kick us off? KG?
Yeah, happy to. Thank you. And I appreciate being invited here. You know, mission is different, and I think we maybe want to set the stage with folks on the line that a company that's got 2,500 people, it's been around for 10 years, that mission to change that may be something that is turning the Titanic moment. For others on the call that are small startup biotech, this is a little bit easier, a little bit more nimble. So I think for me, historically, in several companies that I've joined, mission is less about the moniker that's on the website. We deliver pharmaceuticals, blah, blah, blah. But it's more about what is our burning platform? What are we trying to do? What is our strategic direction? You know, where is our guide facing us? And I think that is where I would invite folks to start when we think about mission and purpose, is really kind of ground yourself in what is the road that we're trying to take. Maybe others have a different definition, but I'll maybe start us with that.
No, I think that's,
I would just,
that's
oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Becky. No, go ahead. You go first.
No, I was going to say, I agree with what you're saying, KG, especially in terms of a mission being related directly to the company purpose, right? Because a huge part of your culture is having people rallied around what you're doing and making a difference in the world. And I think especially in the biotech space, we're really fortunate that most of the biotechs out there have really a strong purpose where you are giving back. So it's really fulfilling as an employee to know that you're contributing in that way. I think sometimes in culture where it can become a problem is if the purpose isn't clearly articulated, if everybody doesn't understand the mission, the purpose of the company, that's when you start getting kind of a muddy, murky culture.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I would add that it's also about, you know, how you connect to it. So having it in front of employees on a regular basis. And, you know, I don't mean to jump ahead, but, you know, it's not just, as KG said, the moniker on the wall. It has to be evident in who we are as an organization, and every organization's journey is very different, as KG pointed out. Your size, your scope, your breadth, the maturity of your business, how long you've been in business, et cetera. All those things influence not only your mission, but who you are and sort of how culture is experienced by employees. So for me, I felt very passionately about you need to be authentic to yourself, but I don't want to jump ahead. So I don't know, Brad, if you want to add to what we just talked about.
Strongly echo your point, and I think there's the what, there's the definition of what the mission is, there's the how, like how does it come to life and how do people connect to it? And then there's also an ethos or a spirit, right? You know, so many organizations in the industry, and I think genuinely so, say they care about patients. And, my question becomes, how does that actually show up? Because there are a lot of things you can do, like, for example, if you're in oncology, it's not a bad thing to do a breast cancer walk or to go to Light the Night. Those are amazing organizations. You absolutely should be supporting them. To me, that's more of a check the box thing, right? And the question is, in addition to some of those things that are standard practices, what are the ways that you're really making that show up in the person's experience, and also bringing the organization's voice into what ultimately do we want to create and own together? And so for me, it's that principle of, we all own the culture, we all own the ways that these things come before it. And as we talk about how do you increase ownership, one of the ways you do that is bring people's voice into the conversations, which is, again, easier said than done in terms of how you actually not only bring their voice in, but then show that you actually are listening and show that you can take action and create a true meritocracy in terms of people owning it, not just kind of it being decided on by a couple of people in the more senior leadership elements.